right, what's going on, family? This is your boy Mike Johnson, and this is my boy Elder Chrystopher Grundy. What's up, everybody? Super excited to be with you guys on today on this next episode of Sharpens Iron Web series designed to encourage, empower, inspire, and hear from the hearts of local leaders who are committed to making an impact in this generation. You all know that we need to make sure that we have all hands in, that we're committed to every endeavor as possible to make an impact for the gospel of Jesus Christ, seeing people lives changed, saved, delivered, set free. But at the end of the day, we also need to understand what is the heart of the matter, what is really behind what we're doing, and make sure that we have the right perspective in mind, make sure we are focused on what matters most. And so I'm going to have a quick candid conversation with my dear brother Chrystopher Grundy. He has been preaching and in ministry since 7, and he is 28, so he's been preaching for 20 years, so he's a veteran when it comes to ministry. And where's your church at again?
True Friendship Baptist Church, Inglewood, California. Pastor James A. Perkins, my grandfather, and I'm the youth young adult pastor there, serving in ministry.
Awesome, man. So this is a great man of God. For those of you who know in the LA area, he's a known itinerant preacher, and he's a ministry leader, and he is a great brother and friend. So I just want him to share a couple of observations on getting involved in ministry at an early age. Again, some of you who are either involved or would like to get involved in ministry, I think there's some key principles and at least some tactics that you need to make sure that you implement to be effective in ministry when it comes to early age. So, Chris, first question, what, in your opinion, what are the pros and cons of getting involved in ministry at an early age?
Man, the pros and cons of being young and called to the ministry, your life is on display.
Right. Now, would there be a pro or a con?
That is a con.
Okay.
That's a con, man, because your mistakes you're in the public eye constantly, especially as the more well-known you are, your mistakes are public, your ups are public, and so are your downs, man. And then you have to make sure that you have the right people around you, bro.
That's true, man.
Now, what you do learn as a pro and being young and called, you learn what not to do.
That's good.
You do learn what not to do from your fellow leaders and just even peers, man, that are even going before you. You watch their mistakes. Not that they're bad people, they're great people.
For sure.
But you just learn, maybe you may want to go a different route. You may want to handle things differently, man. So, surround yourself with people of character and integrity, accountable, and then also those of you, especially young and called, learn how to serve.
Wow.
Don't be so quick to want to get a mic and a platform.
Right.
Learn how to serve at your local church. Be a servant. Let the people see you have a heart for the people. Don't just be so quick and want to preach and get a name out there for yourself. Because once you're out there, you're out there.
That's
so
it.
My words to that is take your time.
I was thinking in regards to a pro is that you are given a foundation at an early age. It's not like the Lord has to backtrack. Let's say if someone gets saved or gets called ministry at 40, God has to backtrack all of your youthful passions and lusts. If you get called at an early age, God can lay foundation and build from there.
And that's what's been laid for me.
I thought about one con though is the danger of ambition. If you don't manage ambition properly, it'll swallow you up. Right? So I mean, I'm sure, with young preachers and leaders, so you get excited because you're getting involved in ministry, but the value of ministry is based on what you see on TV, social media, and so you're thinking, I can do that too. And it's no longer about Jesus, but it's not about comparison, it's about you. So that's also, I would assume, a challenge.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that. Because you see so many things, especially in this technology world we live in, YouTube and the Word Network and all this stuff. You're seeing all these people going forth, but yet you don't know. You still have yet to develop what God has called you to. And the group of people He's called you to minister to. So you find yourself trying to be like everybody else, trying to either preach or teach or trying to, think. And then you look at their lifestyle and you're like, oh man, if they got it, I surely, and so you have to be careful. And I'll tell you this.
All that glitter is not gold.
It's not gold.
Some of the stuff.
Please don't get caught up in the hype of it all. Don't get caught up in the glitz of it all. Don't misunderstand that you can be blessed while doing ministry. But man, if you're getting into, make sure your motives are right.
Yeah. That's true, man. So you're talking about the importance of making sure you manage yourself and having the right connections. I think sometimes we get connected with certain people because of their clout or because of their influence, but we're negating the responsibility of character and integrity.
Yes.
The value of someone's ministry at an early age is found in the strength and the wisdom and the experience that they have in their circles. So let me ask my second question to you. What would you tell your younger self to prepare you for your growth in ministry? If you can go back in time and talk to your youngster, got 5 minutes, what would you say to them?
Man, your decisions matter at an early age. The decisions you make matter, and that's very important. Because if I could tell my younger self, Chris, don't do this. Have better self-control in this area. Don't, because you look as we grow and you get older and things come back around. And then also to allow yourself, my biggest thing, allow yourself to develop, man. Be young. Give it time.
I was talking to my dad before he passed away. I remember one of the challenges he dealt with is that he felt that he was becoming more acquainted with Elder Johnson, but he was losing who Michael Johnson Sr. was. And that's exactly what it seems like you're talking about, where you can be in ministry for so long and you created this persona.
Yes.
You're losing yourself. You're losing the value of who you are. Now, I'm not saying that you're two different people, but you all would agree that when it comes to ministry, you got to put on face.
Right.
And after ministry, you take that face off and then you're you.
Yeah.
Maybe, and the reason why is because the people probably don't like the you without the face.
Man.
And I understand it. I think there's Jesus where he had to separate himself to pray.
Right.
And don't tell him how he was. He was all godly. He was also all man. By himself. By himself. In the garden, we got a sneak peek of how he felt.
How he really felt.
But we ain't thinking about the 4,000, 5,000.
Daily.
Right, come on.
Activity.
And daily activity. So there's two different things. So I'm not suggesting that there needs to be a fusion. I do agree that there needs to be a separation, but you need to have an understanding of who you are. If people can embrace who you really are, or they are more used to the ministry at least you can't be fighting with this split personality. Right. Because then what happens is you turn into a machine and you know how to turn it on and turn it off. And then you become fake. Then you lose your authenticity. Then you lose what makes you genuine.
Man, that machine runs out eventually.
Come on,
you hit some pivoted points in life.
It will break down eventually.
Run out, and that's why it's important, man. Surround yourself with people that are able to balance you out, sir. That are able to
who know who you are.
Hold
on, don't give me the fake you. I see through you.
I see. Right. And that are able to cover and protect you, but know what to pray for.
Yes, sir.
You see, when you go around masking stuff, especially around those who are supposed to be your covenant brothers and sisters, they don't know what to pray for. Because if you constantly carry on this mask of elder or minister and reverend, that's not who you are 24/7.
Yeah.
You like to enjoy life.
Right.
You like to whatever you like to do outside of when you just step outside the pulpit, whether that's the library, whatever. You got to know who you are.
And the favor of God is on who you are, not who you pretend to be.
Yes.
Not who you pretend to be. Not saying that God. There's some doors that are forced open because who we pretend to be make it happen.
Right.
But then we expect God to endorse it.
Right.
God says that's not you.
No.
That was them.
Right. And that's for them.
That was for them.
But what I have for you
is something totally different. So, but the only way you can get that, like you're saying, you have to know yourself and also appreciate what makes you valued.
You have to love yourself, flaws and all.
Come on, love yourself.
And then that's how you grow.
Yes.
When you can embrace your flaws and all, even in ministry.
Yes, sir.
Because then you know how to minister, you know how to connect with people, and then it gives you a different type of the people see you different.
Yeah.
They're able to receive from you better.
Yeah.
Because you now speak from a place of experience.
Yeah.
And not that there's no separation between you and them.
Yeah.
And so you're not here and they're there.
Right. Now, listen, also people can see through fake.
Yes.
So if you are young in ministry, and this is bigger than preach, this could be worshiping, singing, people see the facade. And I think sometimes, well, let's be honest, let's take a step back, because all of us found ourselves through somebody else's image.
Absolutely.
Right? Like when I started preaching, I was like first Jamal, then Noah Jones.
Jamal, my man, Noel, man. Everybody.
In LA, it's all Noel.
Man. Of course. You sit there watching these clips, and you're like, man, this dude is he's preaching to thousands, you know. And, you know, if you want to balance it out, and you know, you're looking at Jake, somebody that just walks around
something else,
a walking Bible. Yes. You're like, man, he's just reaching these tons of thousands of people. And so we all been through that. But the joy of this, man, is developing and knowing yourself and you know, making the right decision.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's so true.
Surrounding yourself with the right people.
That's so true, man. So last thought, man. If you had an opportunity to sit and talk to a young, you know, man or young woman who wants to get involved, invested in ministry, they're excited, they're newly saved. You know, if there's something you said a lot, but if you can say something to them in regards to their desires, their passions, what would you say to them?
In regards to desires and passion, man. For one, you got to spend a lot of time in prayer.
Yes, sir.
And that's not even just deep. That's just I've learned that at an early age. You got
communicate with God, in His face.
And what that does, though, is give you direction.
Yes, sir.
A lot of times you're young, and because you're so ambitious, and you have so much in you. We all have so much in us.
Yes, sir.
But if you're misguided, that can be tainted.
So true, man. So true.
So I would advise them to, man, you know, take, you know, not only take your time, but really, you know, write out, you know, know what it is, know what direction your ministry is headed.
Almost like goal setting.
Almost, yeah. Go, you know, every year I put on myself, especially when it comes to ministry, in what area that I can be better in.
Got you.
I challenge myself in a different area.
Almost a SWOT analysis.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, when it comes whether to my ministry before the people and my preaching, or whether it's this year, you know, God, how do you want me to develop this vision over here? You cannot limit yourself to the pulpit.
You can't.
We're in another generation.
Come on.
And
the playground has been leveled.
It has been leveled.
Yeah.
You know, those days have kind of they haven't come to an end, but no, you cannot limit. God has so much in us. He's invested so much in us from an early age, and he's, you know, over time is going to gradually come out. That's why I say you got to have some direction.
Yes, sir.
You have to write this stuff out.
Yeah.
You have to be, and then you have to seek wisdom, seek wise counsel.
Yes. So he said prayer. He said make sure you list down your passions, your burdens, your desires, what God put in you. Don't adopt somebody else's unless it's your own. And last but not least, he says seek wisdom, mentorship, somebody who is where you want to be. Don't just find, you know, random people, but you want to seek out to some people. Now, let's say if that person doesn't have time for you, he said read a book.
Read.
Right. There are too many YouTube, but not to bite off.
Not to bite off, but read to develop your knowledge.
Yes, sir.
To have a better knowledge and understanding of what it is that you're trying to go.
That's good.
So you may not can go to off right now because times are different. Times have changed for many of us. So you're not able to. Everybody's not able to go off to that seminary and that college off the back. But I encourage you to read.
Yes, sir.
Read, do a lot of reading, you know, find out what's going on, find out what's what books are connected to your passion, you know, to where you're trying to go. And then even those who you watch, ask questions.
Yes, sir.
You know, ask questions, you know, man, how did you do this?
Yeah.
You know, what did that look like for you? What challenges were you faced with when you did it?
Right.
You know, and like I said, timing is everything.
And it's not always about trying to get to where they are.
No.
You may not be called or chosen to get to where they are, but you can benefit from the experiences they have. Yes. I think that's another mistake. We all trying to, I want to be where you are. You're not anointed for it.
You're not.
I think Bishop Jason's always talking about that. He's saying, listen, you all see where I am now. You don't know the price I paid. And some of y'all can't afford the time and don't even have enough time
to afford the time
to do that. So stop trying to appease that. Yeah. So listen, family, there's a lot of things involved in ministry. There's opportunities. There are. You have to understand your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities and threats. But at the end of the day, this is about making Jesus more famous.
Right.
This is about Jesus, man. This is about giving space for someone to be taught about Jesus, someone to where Jesus can use them to impact somebody else. At the end of the day, the value that we do is not for ourselves, but God is using us to bless somebody else and to bring them closer to Jesus. He's drawing people to himself and desires to use you in the process. So listen, I pray that something was said today that encouraged you, inspired you, empowered you. At the end of the day, this is dangerous work. This is dangerous work. People have died doing this. But there is a great reward if you maintain the press, if you endure through hardship as a good soldier, you bring your body under subjection and trust God through the process.
Good stuff.
Me, my brother Chrystopher Grundy, don't forget, we're in this together. You're not by yourself. We're praying for you. Keep us in prayer because we all want to hear well done. All right? God bless you, family. Take care.